Hello all, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive. Welcome to another Demystify the Divine weekly readings and tools to connect. I'm so excited to be here, and my trusty sidekick, Keone, is here, and he's got such a beautiful, I love the background that you've got.
The new house? You like the new house?
I love the new house. It's fabulous.
So I'm going to take this down and you'll see the rundown shack I'm living in.
So is that a background? Is that one of the
it's a virtual background. I don't have my green screen up, which I always tell people, don't do this without a green screen because you start disappearing in the back screen. But I just moved, and if I take the screen down, you're going to see a giant mess behind me. So I moved in the cold, and it was raining, and I'm sick, but we're here.
Oh man. Well, I guess we all need to send Keone some extra love tonight. So let's make sure that we're doing that. So for those of you that don't follow me and this is your first time, welcome. This Demystify today is going to be slightly different. We're going rogue. Because I have a huge announcement to make, and I decided that I was going to use Demystify to do that. But typically, and we're going to do some readings. We're going to do some channeling today. We got all sorts of fun stuff and juicy tidbits to get us through the week. And for those of you who typically follow me all the time, always excited to have you here. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you to everyone watching me on YouTube. Thank you to everyone watching me through Facebook. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell. Make some comments. There's a giveaway today for something exciting. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, but I just want to put that out there. There is a giveaway. We're giving away 3 big fun prizes. Exactly. And Keone, what do they need to do for these prizes? How can they?
All right. To receive this prize, there's a couple ways you can enter this awesome raffle. You can either make comments and I'll have your name, because if you don't make comments, I won't know you're here. You can ask questions about transformation, or you can ask for card pulls or come on live. So any way that I get to see your name, and you have to be here till the end because we're going to call out the winners, and then you're going to win some special prizes. But if you don't make a comment or come on live or ask a question, I won't have any idea that you're here.
Yeah, because we won't be able to connect. We just won't be able to connect, which is so sad. And I mean, I always like to joke, I'm a psychic, but I'm not a mind reader. So I don't read your mind, from afar. I just
one of those prizes is a one-night date with Keone.
Ooh, I didn't know about that prize. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
You didn't know. You're the one that told me I had to do it.
Well, that's just the kind of gal I am. So, all right. So, and I forgot to say hello to all of my Insta people as well. So grateful to have you guys tuning in. Thank you so much. So without further ado, the big announcement. I have been sort of dropping hints and dropping teasers for months now. This has been months in the making, but I am proud and thrilled and excited to announce that my Ignite Your Wings Wisdom for Transformation membership is now live and available for everyone and anyone to join that could really use a whole lot of support around the transformation that we're going through as a collective, as well as the individual transformation that we're all going through. So welcome everyone to Ignite Your Wings, Wisdom for Transformation. And so today, what I thought I'd do is I'd sort of talk a little bit about my why. What is it? Why did I create it? Do some card pulls and tap into the energies of what's going on right now so that we all can, feel into that. And then I'm going to really ask people for some questions around transformation. Where are you struggling in your transformation? People tend to, I want to say, fear change. And this membership is really to help people to understand I don't need to fear it anymore. I don't need to step in and be in a space of trying to resist so much. When I resist, it comes back even harder, right? Or it comes forward even harder. So it's support and guidance and tools, practical tools to help you to navigate that. So why did I create it? And I'm just going to give you a little bit of the behind the scenes of the way Stacy works, because ooh,
Uh-oh, let me take notes.
yeah, you better take notes, dude. You better
take plenty of notes.
It's pretty scary. So I am very much a creator. I get a lot of creative inspirations. And over the years, I have learned sometimes when I get a creative inspiration, I need to sit on it. Because what I typically do, because I'm so A-type, I get an inspiration and I'm on it. I'm on and I don't need to research and do all sorts of stuff. I just go in and I'm like, okay, I'll figure it out as I go. And not always the best practice, but there it is. And I have been feeling this coming on for about a year and a half. And I got the inspiration because I too have been going through major transformation, not only feeling into the collective. Given what I do, I'm always tapping into everybody's energy, everybody's feelings and emotions. This is what I do every day to help out with clients. So I'm like, okay, there's definitely something going on. We need more. We need more. We don't need more of this confusion. We don't need more of this not sure what to do with all of this energy. We need more guidance, support around what to do with this energy, because the energy is not going away. We are in it for a few years, and this is going to be, it's going to continue to be ebbs and flows of intensity. It's going to continue to be challenging to our growth, or challenging us to grow. So in June, I took my first vacation in almost 3 years, and I went to my happy place, Arizona. I went to Phoenix, Arizona. And I know you guys are shocked by this, but I mean, I got my Phoenix in Phoenix, my tattoo Phoenix. I've had this for years. I love going to Phoenix, Arizona. Well, I decided my first vacation in 2 years, I'm going to go to Phoenix. And the desert did not disappoint. I got so much inspiration. I got so many downloads. And I spent my entire trip, I was there for 5 days. I spent the entire 5 days that I was there creating the membership. And then I came back to my team and I'm like, okay, I know we've been sort of dancing around this, talking about the maybe and the what and the why. Well, now it's here. And the team kind of went into, we don't know what to do with a membership. We've never created a membership before. And so it has been a true labor of love to birth this new Phoenix. But I am so thrilled to be birthing this Phoenix today. So there's a lot that is jam-packed into this. What exactly is Ignite Your Wings Wisdom for Transformation? It is a monthly membership service. So you sign on as a member, you get VIP service. You get a Phoenix Phase support reading, which I'm going to do one of those for you guys tonight based on the energies of where things are at. You get Archangel heart-to-heart channelings every single month. I do a special service called Ignite 15. It's an energy smoothie for your soul. Not many people know this about me because I don't, advertise it as a service, but I do a lot of energetic healing work, and I do it for particular clients as needed. Well, in this membership, you're going to get this energy smoothie for the soul. You get it every month. And it's there to align you, to balance you. And let's face it, when we are going through transformation, it takes a lot of energy. I can't tell you how many people express levels of fatigue when they're going through various transformational phases. This helps with that fatigue and gets you right in alignment with whatever it is that you personally, individually are trying to connect with or trying to achieve. So we've got the healing in there. We've got the channeling in there. There's a Phoenix Phase support. We talk about all things energy. So I have a full moon focus reading that we do every month, because the full moon is all about manifesting. It's the opportunity for us to manifest, to harness that energy and say, what is it that I want for my highest and best in this month right now? This is how I'm going to prepare. So we have a full moon reading. I do a ton of bonus content pieces in there, different readings. There's a secret one coming up this month that is actually connected to, Keone, you're so funny. That's actually connected to a behind the scenes process that I do for my own personal channeling. You guys see me channel for you all the time, but you don't really know what my process is. And so I offer a little bit of that to you guys. There's other stuff in there too that I can't even think about right now. There's an archangel who's who. Every month we talk a little bit about an archangel. I do random pop-up readings. There's all sorts of stuff that is in this, and it's designed to give you consistent support. So no matter what time of the week or the month that you're in, and whatever phase you're in, you can go into the portal, and it's called the Phoenix Wisdom Portal. You can go into the portal, and in that portal, you can watch any number of things, items that are coming up, and you get some support. You get what you need. Oh, I also have my Phoenix Rising event, which is a monthly Oracle roadmap to getting your desired outcomes. This is a full-on live event experience. The channeling and the Ignite 15 are also live. So there's a lot of lives and there's a lot of video stuff in here. The Phoenix Rising event, it's hugely popular. And I decided to put this in the membership as well because it's about VIP. It's about feeling special. It's about having the support that you need when you need it. So all you got to do is go into your portal and you can click on it. And I've got tons of bonus content. I've got a vault in there that is we archive some of the information that's in there. So there's always something fun for you to be able to dive into when you need that added support. Oh, thank you so much, Brooke. So much amazing content. Thank you so much for creating this. Well, this is why I created it, because so many of us are struggling. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the Phoenix phases in a second. I'm going to pull a card for the energies first, but I just want to say I developed a quiz. I developed not a quiz. I developed a personality profile is what I'm trying to spit out. And you can access that through the quiz on my website. It's called Find Your Phoenix. So I created a personality profile based on the different phoenixes. We're always in a state of Phoenix. We're always in a state of transformation. It just depends on what transformation you're in. And then we all have different ways that we engage with that change and transformation and how we process that change and transformation. You know, I always like to say we're as unique as the proverbial snowflake. And so not all of us are going to be cookie cutter and things are going to, work, what works for me might not work for you and vice versa. So this also kind of expanded into a bit of a system. And okay, if you're a copper phoenix or you're a liquid diamond phoenix, or maybe you're an iron phoenix, all of the transformational wisdom that is in the Phoenix portal in the membership is designed to help you no matter what phase you're in. And it's there for you all the time. This is something that for me personally, I wish that I had. I wish I had a monthly membership that I could lean into for support all the time. And so that tends to be how these things come through me, is when I'm seeking it out and I can't find what I'm looking for, I end up creating it for myself or creating it for my peeps. So this is what this is about. So without further ado, I'm just going to pull a card, and we're using the Chris Ann's Light Seers Tarot deck. I had another deck picked out today, and so I'm talking, and then he's like, "Oh, time for card pulling."
Yeah, you just throw it out there. That's okay. Keep me on my toes.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. So the energies for this week, and I'm pulling this on purpose. So it's not Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, everybody. It is the Light Seers Oracle by Chris Ann. I didn't tell Keone about the switch, so here we are.
Jesus.
So I had clients right up until 5 minutes before we got on today. So bear with me.
What do you think? I'm psychic?
Well, you work with me, so you need to be a little bit psychic. You need to be able to roll with the flow.
I'm sorry, I'm slipping.
No, you are just fine. So, the energies for this week, I love that I have pulled the Hanged Man or the Hanged One. Here's why. The Hanged One is all about limbo, and it's so funny. I hope you guys saw that I shuffled this whole deck. So this was not orchestrated, but this is one of the cards that I equate to the phases of the Phoenix. And this is the Phoenix growing phase because the Hanged One is all about knowing sacrifice. It's about surrender. It's about limbo. You know, there's not much that you can do in this moment. You've done all that you can do. You got to wait for someone else or something else to shift or to break before you can move forward. And sometimes this can be a very uncomfortable place to be because you don't really have a vision for what's coming next. You're just kind of sitting there and twiddling your thumbs. So I always like to say the Hanged Man energy is great for choosing how you wish to show up with the energy. How are you going to meet the energy? Are you going to get frustrated and try and bulldoze through, through the invitation to take a pause, to take a breather? Are you going to see this as the universe is telling you that you're not doing something right? We've got Mr. Neo's tail. He's been off the chart today. I think he might actually be coming down with something because he's extra super duper lovey and a little needy today. Are you going to dive into this breather and say, oh, thank you, universe, this is a gift. And now I get the opportunity to read the book that I've been wanting to read for 2 years, or I get to, cook and try a few different recipes. It's all in our perspective. It's all in how we choose to approach it. And I feel like this is coming through this week as we're tapping into the energies of what's going on. We are all kind of in limbo. We're still in, I want to say, Scorpio season. We're still in the energy of deep dive emotional stuff. And whether you're choosing the deep dive or the deep dive is choosing you, we're all having this stuff bubbling up. And quite honestly, when we are going through the soup, when things are bubbling over, it is nice to have a little bit of a breather. And so I feel that the Hanged One is coming through today to acknowledge and remind us this week that we are all in a state of major transformation, but we don't quite yet have a vision of where we're going. And that is the Phoenix growing phase. Phoenix growing is I'm in the womb. I'm gestating. I'm not the version of myself that I was before, but I have no idea who I'm becoming yet. And so it can be very uncomfortable because I don't really have any direct actions that I can take. This is a space of receiving, being open to receive, being open to be in a space of what's going to come next. Let me just explore it. Let me say yes to what arises in my life today so that I can observe and learn. I don't have to always be in a space of action. I can be in a space of observance. And I feel like this is really where we all are collectively right now, is you've got a lot of people who are here and are uncomfortable with it, and so they're fighting against it. You've got a lot of people who are here and are like, oh, okay, I'll take the breather. I'm uncomfortable because I don't know what's coming next, but I'm going to take the breather because it might store things up for whatever is coming next. And then you've got people sort of somewhere in the middle where they're saying, okay, I'm really not sure what's happening here. I'm a bit uncomfortable with all of this receiving, but what else can I do? Surrender to what is. So I love that this card came up, and I swear it was not planned. I always say to you guys, you can't make this shit up. When the dream team wants to speak, the dream team speaks. So this is very fitting for the energies of where we're at now. And it's important for each of us this week to really pay attention to, am I trying to drive the bus? Am I trying to bulldoze through? What is my inner guidance trying to say? Is it trying to say slow down? Is it trying to say take a pause and take a breather, wait for what is to come? Is it saying no, action is needed now and you're coming out of the Hanged One phase? Maybe you need to shift your physical body, shift the position or the pose that you're in with the Hanged One. This always reminds me in many ways, because I'm so A-type, this reminds me when this comes up to stop and smell the roses. I'm always so driven. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do the other thing. No, sometimes it's important for me to stop and smell the roses and to say, I'm allowed to live this life for me too. This is a strong message for all of you in service people and all of you empaths who have that tendency to people please as well. It's people pleasing you. You're the people that you're going to please this week. So step into that energy. I feel like that's really, really important. So I also have an oracle deck that I'm going to pull from. And then I feel like we can take some sort of transformation questions. But before I go into the angel oracle, I'd like to just sort of throw out there that, you know, when we are in that space of struggle, you know, when we are in a phoenix phase, we are always in a life, death, and rebirth cycle. And we're sometimes in between those cycles. I like to call it phoenix burning, phoenix growing, phoenix emerging, phoenix rising, and phoenix soaring. When we're in these spaces, even in the fun ones, you know, phoenix rising is fun, phoenix soaring ideally is fun, but each of these phases, you require a little bit of rest. You require a pause. There's going to be a period of time where you need to observe and receive, because sometimes we might receive an inspiration and think we're off like a shot and we have to go, but maybe that inspiration is just the beginning. It's giving you a taste, and then you're going to receive another inspiration 3 weeks down the road and another inspiration 2 months down the road. And all of a sudden these 3 inspirations come together and you realize, oh, this is the full bloom. This is what this idea wants to become. This is who I'm becoming. I feel like the message coming through right now is to give yourself permission to become without pushing it. And I feel like this is an important message that's coming through around the phoenix phases. So I just talked to you about the phoenix growing, phoenix rising, phoenix emerging is the birth canal. You know, you've gestated enough. You're too big to be floating around anymore. It's time to move forward. So how do you do that? How do you move forward? Well, I see this light at the end of the tunnel. I have vision. I might not have the full scope of the vision, but I have enough of a vision that I can say, okay, now it's time to start thinking about moving out of this womb and into the birth canal. But no one tells you that they point to the light at the end of the tunnel, but they don't tell you all the pushing and pulling and the contraction and the, you know, this blood, sweat, and tears, right? The icky and sticky and ooey and gooey that you have to go through. But you get into that path and you go, wait a second, I want my money back. It's a one-way ticket, right? No, I want my money back. I want to go back into the womb. Sorry, not going to happen. Keep moving forward. And so then it's like, all right, here we go. But you have rests within that phase as well. And there's a lot of excitement to that phase because it's like you come alive again. You start to see the potential of who you're becoming. Phoenix rising is the rebirth. You are birthing. I always say Phoenix rising, new baby bird, wings wet, ready to take on the world. You have all these potentials. You have everything in your path. And you go, oh my God, I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do this. So Phoenix rising is all about giving yourself the space to explore the potentials. But keep in mind, potential is like the number 0. It means nothing. It goes nowhere until you add something to it. And that's a very actionable space to be in with that Phoenix rising. So it gives you an opportunity to try a few things on like a coat and see how it feels. Is it a good fit? Is this where I want to go next? Is this going to help me to get to my goals? Is this my goal in essence? And then you have Phoenix soaring. Phoenix soaring is I've committed, I've chosen my next path. I've chosen my next adventure, my next journey, my next chapter. And now I know there's going to be work involved, but the work is focused. I know exactly where I'm going and growing. And then on the flip side of it, you know, we always start and we end with the Phoenix burning. And Phoenix burning is the death cycle. So that's when you've gone through that Phoenix soaring, you've lived the experience, you've lived it right to the end, you've gotten exactly what you needed out of it. And now it's time for a shift because you have to release it in order to make room for something new. And sometimes in Phoenix burning, it's intentional. the choice to say goodbye to something, to bring closure to something. And sometimes it's not intentional, and the universe just surprises you with a little universal frying pan to the head, or maybe a little carpet pull from underneath of you, and you go, holy shit balls, what just happened in my world? And so that is that phoenix burning, and we are constantly going through that cycle. So having said that, I am pulling an oracle card from Angels of Atlantis. This is by Stuart Pierce. And I thought we'd bring some archangel love into the house. And here's what we've got around this. And again, you can't make it up, peeps. Archangel Michael, or Archangel Michael, transmutation. So this is what we're talking about. Transmutation in alchemy is part of the process of transformation. It's taking an object, one object. Sorry, Insta. Neo is at it again and just knocked Insta on its head. Sorry, Insta. We're still here. We love you. I think I have to start doing these in my studio again, even though it's not as fun. Okay. So transmutation. So alchemy is very much a part of the transformational process. And if we think about the phoenix, why the phoenix, this mythical bird? Well, because it turns into a pile of ash and spontaneously combusts when it comes to the end of a chapter of its life. And then it is reborn anew through those ashes. So that pile of ash is the phoenix growing. That's the womb. And then the struggle to come out of those ash, that pile of ash and move into, wings wet and moving forward. That's the emergence. And then the rising, and then the soaring is the living the life. So transmutation, Archangel Michael is coming through to say transmutation's where it's at. This is what needs to happen. And this is the phase that we are all in right now. This week in our energy is we are in that gestation phase, and understanding that in order to transmute something, we have to have something else to apply to the item or the energy. Alchemy is turning lead into gold, but you need to have another material in order to transmute that lead. And that is our energy. That is our frequency. That is how we are choosing to step up and to rise up and to grow and to create the space for this new vision that we are collectively birthing ourselves into. So I'm also hearing this week from an energetic perspective, especially when we're talking about this hanged one energy, while you're sitting and receiving and observing, you can also really be in the space of opening yourself, opening your heart to this idea of, if I connected from my heart space instead of my head, instead of my mind, fixing problems with my mind, I'm connecting to my heart space. How does that shift the solution? How many of you have been in a situation before where you knew that you needed to have a conversation with someone and you were kind of dreading the conversation because you didn't know how it was going to go? It was going to be uncomfortable. And you were just like, I'd rather gnaw off my left arm than have this convo, but I have to have this convo. And by the time you get to having the convo, something happens. The universe comes in and a miracle occurs. And suddenly that person just is naturally moved out of the situation. Or they say to you what you needed to say, but they say it with self-realization and actualization, and they solve the problem themselves. How many times has that happened? That's transmutation, because you may have been thinking in your mind and had worry. Whenever we think in our minds and we have a lot of worry about it and a lot of angst, that doesn't happen. But when we have conversation about, okay, this is the best way to say it, how would I like to receive this information if I was receiving it? That's a very heart-based question. We have to have this uncomfortable conversation. If the roles are reversed, how would I best like to receive it? How would I like to be respected and honored in this situation? That is the energy, the heart energy that you're using, and you're transmuting it by having that conversation. You're transmuting it by having that energy in your space. So this week, while you are gestating and floating around and stopping and smelling the roses in whatever you got going on, also recognize, I may not have the vision entirely, but I can keep that higher frequency where I'm connecting from the heart space, and the heart is directing the head's thoughts. The heart is directing the outcome. So I'm imagining the best outcome. I'm imagining the best scenario based on how would I like to receive this information? That is how you're transmitting. That's one way to transmute energy. So we can all really benefit from this week in stepping into this energy. All right, Keone, I'm going to shut up for just a second. And I see that we've got a bunch of people on here. So if we have some transformation questions.
I didn't know you were going to call my name. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Were you eating a freezie or something? I'm jealous.
I'm not eating anything. I don't know what you're talking about. No one saw that. Yes, we have a room full of people, and we have about 20 names on this contest list. So remember, all you have to do is ask a question, ask for a card reading, come on live, and your name automatically gets entered into this wheel. I'm going to show the wheel at the end. Make sure you stick around to the end. And we're going to spin that bad boy. And whatever name pops out, that's who's going to win our big prize. Three of you are going to win our big prize today.
Awesome. I love it. All right. Well, let's talk to somebody. Let's answer some questions.
All right, let's talk to somebody. First up is Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. So nice to see your pretty face.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. Good to be
So
here.
what is your question? Or maybe you have a card pull.
Yeah, I was going to request a card pull.
Awesome. Are you cool with an oracle, or would you like a tarot today?
A tarot card, please.
A tarot. All right, let's do tarot. Cat butt in the face, blessing the tarot pull for Lindsay. So I'm going to ask the question for you from a card pull perspective. What do you need to know about your current transformational space? Because we are all in that sort of transformational energy. And so the question that I'm asking the card is, what do you need to know about your transformational space? You got King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles is everything I touch turns to gold. And so what I'm hearing is you're getting ready to move out of one transformational phase and into another. You've kind of been in limbo for a while. You've been in that hanged one space for a while. And I feel like your hanged one space has not necessarily been one of inactivity or inaction, but it has been one of a lack of a certain level of clarity. So King of Pentacles is coming through to say, listen, we are going to bring you all the clarity you can handle, but first things first, it's important that you release this idea that you're not enough. This idea that the dreams, the visions, the goals that you're having, that the things that you're doing and you're seemingly not seeing the results, the fruits of your labor, you want to let all of that go, because King of Pentacles, if you look at this guy, he's super relaxed. He's chilling like a villain. He's got his dog, his trusty dog next to him, and he's holding the coin, and it's a big coin. He's not worried about anything. He's got all of this wisdom and knowledge behind him. You know, he's read all of these books. He's feeling confident. He does not have any self-doubt about his path. His goals are inevitable. And it's not even necessarily that he has a vision for where he's going. It's that he's trusting completely and fully and wholly in all of the resources that he has around him. So I'm feeling like this week, what's coming up for you is, first of all, a strong message about you're moving out of one phase and into another phase. I feel like you're actually going into a Phoenix rising phase, which is exciting because you have been, I want to say, in a lot of contraction, push, pull, back and forth, and you're ready for a little ease. King of Pentacles is coming through to say, not only are you going to have that ease, but I'm inviting you into trusting your inner voice a little bit more. You've been trusting it, but there have been a couple of things where it's not gone according to what you thought it was going to go to. And you're like, what the? So this is coming up to say, just continue to trust. Just continue to trust, because what is going to come out on the other side is gold. There's something you've been really working towards, and I feel like this is something connected to a work-related, but I'm also seeing there's a bit of an interpersonal connection here. I want to say you're going to get a green light on it. It's green lights a go. So there's definitely an energy of I'm sitting, on pins and needles, waiting to find out if, the powers that be are going to let this fly or let this go, or if I'm going to have to redo this or what. I'm hearing that you're going to get a big green light. And that green light's going to give you a lot of, I want to say, you're going to relax a little bit. You're going to breathe into it. And that is going to be the entry into this next level where you're like, okay, I can see the potentials now. I see the opportunity. You may also decide to shift. I feel like this year you may decide to shift out of the current position you're in and into something else. So there's something coming up there. That's not what I see for this week, but whatever is coming through this week, I feel, or this month, whatever I said, the timing of it, I feel like it's the precursor for that next step and that next level. So I hope that makes some sense to you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm so excited to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lindsay. And you have definitely been entered into the contest. Have a good one.
Yay!
Last week we had Ragu, and today Ragu's name came on first, but since I said one of the prizes was a date with Keone, it switched to Indu.
Hey, Indu, how are you?
Hi, Stacy. Hi, Keone.
I love your purple top. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Awesome. So what's your question today?
Actually, I just wanted to try to read and understand tarot cards. So I pulled one. And it came out to be an Ace of Cups.
Oh, I love Ace of Cups. So what do you get from that?
The one word that comes to me right now is faith and hope and comfort. Well, I wanted to say one, but I think the three came out.
That's all right, because all of the tarot cards have different meanings. They always have different meanings. So Ace of Cups, Ace is the zero. Ace is the pure potential. Cups is the realm of emotion, right? It's our ocean of emotion. It's also the realm of the psychic. One of the words that stood out to me is that you said was hope. And one of the ways, or one of the phrases that I often use when I am talking about the Ace of Cups is it's a wellspring of hope. And it's a wellspring because it is a cup that is full and overflowing. And so it's full and overflowing, and all you have to do is step into it. You need to take your cup and put a little bit of your cup underneath that wellspring. You're not going to drain it dry because it's an endless supply. So if you think about, okay, I need hope today, put your cup in there and it's an endless supply of hope. Now it's comfort. I need a little bit of comfort. Well, put your cup in there and it's going to be an endless supply. It's a wellspring of comfort. So the Ace of Cups gives the energy and the message that whatever it is that you are needing, wanting, desiring, it is 100% possible. There is potential for it. You have to have faith and believe that it can be yours. And that's where that faith piece ties in. So you intuitively really tapped in to one aspect of that card's meaning. Also, that card, just for the sake of education for anyone who's watching, I also use the word initiation when that card comes up. Being initiated into something, whether that's initiated into a new order, a new job, a new relationship, a new way of being. You're applying a change into your life. You know, there's a change that you recognize you need to make in yourself in order to be able to interact with others. That is initiation. So that card, when it comes up, can also indicate an opportunity for you to step out of that zone of potential and into the realm of application.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Any other questions around that?
Oh, actually, I was also attracted to the images of lotus in the water.
And what does lotus stand for to you? Mean to you?
Lotus actually typically grows in mucky, dirty water. And even though it comes out of such kind of a background, but lotus is the symbol of purity. And so again, the word faith comes through, but things will be fine. I mean, it may not be perfect right now, but have faith and things will be well.
Yes, that beautiful things grow out of the muck and mire. You know, it's a great analogy also for transformation. We think of the butterfly that turns into a pile of goop in the cocoon, and then goes in a caterpillar, and then turns into the goop, and then out comes the butterfly. It's very similar to that phoenix energy. It's not bad stuff, good stuff, growth, enlightenment comes out of fertilizer. It comes out of the poop. It's all the poop. And so the lotus grows out of the muck, and out of that muck comes this beautiful flower, and there to grace us all with its energy, its presence, its beauty, its hardiness, and all of the things that it has to offer us. I love that. That's beautiful. Have faith.
Thank you very much.
You are so welcome, girl. Sending you love. Is Ragu there? Do we get to see the hand?
Bye,
you guys have a great week.
I go to the other room for 2 seconds. I come back in the room and all I hear is you yelling poop. I wait for 2 seconds and I'm like, we're going downhill. All right, coming on is Did I pronounce it right? Aisha?
Yep.
Hi, Aisha. So nice.
Hi, Stacy. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Do you have a question for me, or would you like a card pull today?
I would like a card pull.
Awesome. Would you like tarot or oracle today?
I'm going to go with oracle today.
Ooh, I love it. All right. Well, we are going to do Angels of Atlantis.
Okay.
So you're going to get another archangel card, and let's see what we get for you. And I'll ask the same question. What message do you need around your current personal transformation? Oh, Gabrielle, inspiration. So the message that you need to receive around your personal transformation is understanding that all of this started with an inspiration, and it started with an inspired thought. In fact, it started with a cluster of inspired thoughts, and now you want to take that cluster. You want to bring it together, kind of like the message that I was talking about before, and I can't even remember exactly what I said, but sort of this thing coming and this thing here and this thing here, and it all sort of coalesces into the purest potential. I'm also hearing that Gabrielle is wanting to personally work with you. She is the archangel of creativity, and I feel like there's something that is coming to pass, something that you've put some work into, but that there's this other component that you're not anticipating that's going to come in. It feels like spirit, feels like source that's going to come in, and it's going to kind of upend what you've started with, but in a good way. It's kind of like, oh my God, I didn't even know that this was possible, and this is like the coolest thing ever. And oh my God, yeah, I can do this and this with it, but then this is phenomenal. So I feel like this is connected to something that you're going to be offering to clients, or offering to friends, offering to people. And it is connected to a grouping of inspirations that you've already had, but you're now going to put them together. And then Gabrielle is adding the secret sauce to really make it all come together. Also this week, there's something coming up with work that I feel is going to be a bit uncomfortable. I feel like you're going to get some information about someone. It's kind of like finding out that one of your best work friends is, really sick and has to take some kind of leave of absence, or you find out that your favorite boss is leaving the company and it's not under great circumstances. So I feel like it's not going to affect you from a work perspective or like, financially or anything like that. But I feel like it's going to affect you emotionally, because you're going to be really sad for yourself about what this means, but you're also going to be feeling into what is going on with this individual in the workplace. What I'm hearing is there's really not a whole lot you're going to be able to do. It's not a message that you're getting because you can stop it. It's more of a message around, I feel like sending energetic support when you find out, because whatever this is, I'm feeling it's kind of like you're not going to really know right away how to get in touch with this person, or if it's appropriate or the right time to get in touch with them. So you might have to wait a little bit. So send the energetic support and the energetic love. I feel that they're really going to need that. But there's whatever this is, it's sort of like a permanent shift. It's a permanent change. And there's going to just be some sadness or some heaviness around what that looks like. So just kind of keep that in mind a little bit.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on today. I hope that resonates with you, and sending you lots of love.
Thank you. Sending love back.
Remember to stick around. You're in the contest.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
Christy. Got a full house.
Hello.
Hi, Christy. How you doing?
Hey, I'm hanging in, guys, hanging in.
Uh-huh.
So I have my deck of cards here and have a question. So I was wondering too if you could pull a card for me, but
Absolutely. Would you like tarot or oracle?
Well, first let me ask you about the card I pulled, and then I'll let you decide which card you want to pull for me.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. So I'm really old school. I use playing cards.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And I got the Queen of Diamonds, which to me represents wands.
Mm-hmm.
So would you care to help me figure out what this card might mean for me? Yeah.
So Queen of Wands is, I like to call her the witchy card. She's the card that is bold and courageous, follows her passions. She is a soul on fire. She is extremely psychic, and she's got a lot of the energy, or I say she, but they, it's the energy that we're speaking of, has a lot of, I want to say that self-confidence, that real understanding that my fire within is what fuels me. And no matter what else is going on around in my world, this is my truth. This is what I need to, I want to say, weigh and measure whatever it is that I'm sort of looking at from the outside. I need to always come into this strength. And I'm hearing that sort of some of the message for you, why this card is coming through, is because you need to kind of borrow some of that energy, because there's a choice that you are feeling like you have to make, and you feel unempowered. You feel disempowered. That's the word I'm looking for. You feel a bit disempowered, and Queen of Wands is coming through to say, wait a second, you got that fire, you got that passion. You're just thinking that you don't, because there's been some heaviness around this choice. There's been some judgment around this choice. And there's been some, I want to say, too many cooks in the kitchen makes a lot of broken eggs. And at the end of the day, one person needs to make the choice. And that person not only makes the choice that is for the highest and best of everyone involved, but then also takes the responsibility for that. So you can have a lot of, cooks in the kitchen, chit, 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 but at the end of the day, nobody wants to take responsibility. And I feel like for you, it's understanding, okay, if I'm going to own it, if I'm going to take responsibility for it, I don't need any more chirp, chirp, chirping in my ear. I need to have stillness. I need to have quiet so I can go within my own core and really hear the guidance, the wisdom. Because for you, I feel like there's an energy of go big or go home here. And there's a part of you that is afraid to do that because you're hearing all this other blah, blah, blah. But when you
I've been rejected. There's the thing, like I know exactly the situation. So I'm going through a custody battle. And it's definitely, the judge is not looking at the best interest of the child. And I'm not up against my ex. I'm up against the system for some reason. I'm up against this judge. And we go back to court on December 5th. And it's, I've got all of this evidence, but I feel kind of already defeated because all of the evidence I've given him so far wasn't good enough either. So, but I do need that fire back. And I totally resonate with what you're saying, because I mean, as you can see, I'm not even showing my face today. I'm not, I'm feeling defeated before I've even gone to the battle. And I know, right, in my mind, but my heart is where it's troubled. And I think that this whole show that you've done, that I've jumped into, has resonated with me just because of that. Like, I need to change my my heart, the way I feel about this, because it's not, I don't know how to put it, but I totally get what you're saying. Like, and it makes sense for me.
Our feelings are not truth. but we often get into that space where I'm feeling it and I'm feeling it so intensely that it must be real.
Exactly.
And I don't mean that the feeling isn't real. What you're feeling is real in that moment, but it doesn't necessarily need to direct your choices. And so you feeling defeated, it's not changing the heart, it's more shifting the approach and allowing the heart to lead, I feel is sort of energy. And I know that the card reading that I just said to you, it's about the soul. I feel like the situation you're in is a soul lesson, like it's a soul situation, and the heart can help with that. So I'm actually going to pull an angel card for you because I feel like you want to connect with the archangels to be able to speak through you, to be able to vibe at the frequency. You want to vibe at their frequency so that they can then go in and, I want to say, kind of clear this out. Like there have been stranger things that have happened. And I talked about this at the beginning of the show as well. You could potentially, if you think about miracles are possible, depending on the work that you do, you could actually have it where the judge gets removed from the case for whatever reason. And he's on vacation for 6 months and has to pass his case on to other people. And another judge sees your case and makes a ruling based on that. It could be that the judge has a change of heart on the day that you're there, or has an unfortunate experience that softens his heart right before your case. So open your mind to those possibilities because it's about frequency for you. And that's where you're bringing the heart space in. So Archangel Sandalphon, you got the card of love. Love is frequency, not as feeling. So Sandalphon is the archangel of wishes fulfilled. So really connect with that frequency of what it is you really want out of this, which is, I want to be victorious. I want to have the best of intentions. I want to have, what am I trying to say? My highest and best for my kids. I want to be able to, be able to mother them and to give them what they need and nurture what they need. But I want their needs honored first. And I'm doing that from a frequency of love, not only a mother's love, but I'm doing it from the frequency of love. And what does frequency of love mean? It means it is source energy. It's source flow. It's the Queen of Wands, fire, soul, passion. That's what it is. And when you tap into the energy of spirit, you're tapping into love as frequency. Now, we could argue everything is love because everything is energy. It's different values, frequencies, vibrations of love. So you want to invite Archangel Sandalphon in to help raise your frequency and vibration so that you can get this whole situation resolved. Because what you're dealing with right now is you're dealing with low vibrational games, low vibrational people. And so you want to raise it higher, and it's got to be so high that that lower level has to rise in order to be able to meet you. That's the secret. That's the ticket for you.
Yes. Yes, and yes, yes.
Just point out as well, the color in this card matches the typical Queen of Wands card. So I'm not looking at yours because, well, you said you're doing playing cards. But Wands in a traditional tarot, she's all yellow. She's all fire. So this is like fire coming out of this sigil. So I think that's significant as well. So thank you
so amazing. Thank you. No, thank you always.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sending you lots of love. I know everyone on the call today is sending you lots of love and support as well. And we will all really put some intention behind making sure that the highest and best for your kids is what is honored in this circumstance, and that you are supported in that process.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right.
We have some new first-time watchers.
Great.
Paul says, may I get a reading, please, if possible?
Absolutely, Paul. I'm going to pull a tarot card for you, and I'm going to sort of ask the same question. What do you need to know regarding your current space of transformation so that you can thrive this week? Ooh, you got 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles is a card of, I arrived. I got what it is that I was seeking. I've manifested it. I am sitting in this space where I have all of my needs met. I'm generous and am able to share it all. And I'm even considering, you know, how I'm going to sort of reinvest some of this moving forward. And what is the next step? What is the next chapter? What is the next phase? There's also a generational energy to this card. And I'm feeling like this week, you really want to step into the space of really focusing on all that you have, not all that you don't have. This is a card that is showing you the vision of what is becoming. And it is in the process of becoming. And if you sort of dip down, if you step out of that understanding that no, this is showing up, this is on its way, it's happening. If you dip out of that, what happens, I hear for you, is that it's almost like it restarts the clock. So it's like you have to go sort of backwards in order to be able to go forwards. And this card is saying, no, hang on to the vision. Don't hang on to what's going on now. Hang on to the vision of where you're moving forward. Something generational, something coming up around your generations. And I'm hearing dad, so father side versus mother side. An announcement coming up. It's going to be bittersweet is what I'm hearing. But I'm also feeling that whatever this announcement is, that's going to bring some healing to particular members of the family. And this is going to, what I keep hearing is take the burden off of you, or release the lighten the load. That's the phrase that I'm looking for, is it's going to lighten the load onto you. I don't know exactly, like I'm not getting specifics around it, but I'm definitely feeling that it's going to be a bittersweet announcement, and that the bittersweet also, I feel like everyone feels it, but then you feel it especially because your burden is lightened, but at the same time, and you're glad for the burden being lightened, but you're glad for, however this sort of transformation is occurring, but there is still some sadness around it, because I feel you're kind of letting go an aspect of your identity as well as a result of this. And, when we are in, again, transformation, when we're in a transformational space, what ends up happening for us is we do grieve. Even if it's a transformation that we're choosing, we do grieve it. We do mourn the loss, mourn it, and celebrate its passing, so that you can open your heart space and open your soul space to receiving the next. What is the next? What is the new that is going to fill that space? Don't bypass the grief, don't try to shove that down, and what we resist persists. Feel it and celebrate all that it brought you, or all that circumstance or that person or that situation brought you, and then move forward into the, okay, I'm open, universe, to receiving what is next, what is to come. And what is to come is pretty amazing. It's like the best harvest you could ever imagine. And there's plenty to go around, and there's plenty to go forward. So I hope that message makes sense to you this week. Thank you so much for submitting your question. I appreciate that.
Uh-oh. Oh, there I am. Okay. Let's get one more, and then I want to do some winners, and then go over some comments that were posted in. Let's get Dwendorf in here. I'm here, and I really do need a card pull. Thank you.
Yeah. So is that Dewdropsify? I love that name, Dewdropsify. All right, I'm pulling an oracle card for you today, Dewdropsify. I feel like you need some angel love. Ooh, I love it. Uriel, trust. So for you this week, when we're talking about transformation, for you, it's really about trusting the process. You've had a couple of hiccups. You've had a couple of situations that you thought for sure were going to go exactly the way you planned it, and it kind of went a little awry. You're not broken. You've got to trust the process. Uriel is the archangel of truth. And I feel like for you, when we're talking about your transformation, you know that things have to shift. In order for you to be able to thrive and grow and get where it is that you want to go, and it's a want, you want to get there, you have to let go of some of the process, because a lot of the people that are around you are getting in the way. They're not Some are being intentional about it, but some are just doing their own thing and they're just unaware. When you get caught up in that and you get frustrated in your mind about all of that stuff, and you just say, I wish that everyone could just, sort of step to the side so I can have that clear path. What's happening is you're stepping into that space of resistance. You're not trusting the process. Each of those individuals and the perceived obstacles that they are presenting in your path is purposeful, because what you are wanting, when you actually get it, you're going to have a better foundation of being able to maintain it, sustain it, and appreciate it when you go through this path. Otherwise, it's just one more goal that you're working towards. Okay, I hit this one and I'm off to the next one without even sort of embracing what it's all about. So I feel like trusting in the process and understanding, trusting that every obstacle, every perceived obstacle has a purpose right now, has a really big purpose. I'm definitely reading into your question here that you're struggling. My friend says you're on the struggle bus. I feel the struggle, but I really want to say to you that Uriel doesn't show up just for nothing. He's showing up because he's saying, wait a second, the truth will be revealed. The truth of your heart will be revealed. The truth of who you are will be revealed. The truth of what you are seeking in your life at this time will be revealed. Trust in the process and understand that anyone that is trying to seemingly sabotage you or get in your way, there's a reason for it. And sometimes that reason is for you, a lesson for you, and sometimes that reason is actually for them. And you're playing a role and a part in their lesson. And how can you be a teacher for them in that situation, in that circumstance? So thank you so much for asking for the card pull. I hope that makes some sense, and I hope that helps to give you a little bit of peace of mind. Thank you so much.
All right. I have placed a link in the chat for the Find Your Phoenix quiz. I'm going to put it in here one more time, just in case anyone has popped in new. I'm going to spin the wheel and give away some memberships to 3 people, and then I will also put the membership link in the chat. So
awesome. So yay, that's the big reveal, guys. 3 winners. 3 people are going to win a free membership for the month. So you get to check out all of this transformational support deliciousness for free. And we get to connect for the whole month.
Yeah.
So much for me to go around. Oh my God, that's so cool.
Ready? Are you ready to spin?
We're ready to spin.
Let's see what we got. Who do we have? And we have Hi. Oh, thank you, Drew.
That's awesome. Congratulations. You dropped 5. Make sure that you drop us a DM.
Yes.
Put your information in the DM so that we know how to email you.
Yep. All right. Ready for the next one? Here we go.
Let's do it.
Clicking the wrong screen. Why am I clicking the wrong screen? Oh,
we're frozen.
I am frozen. Hold on. Give me a second. Why am I frozen? I thought you said we were out of retrograde.
We are. We totally are.
Where is my wheel?
I don't know. Where is your wheel?
I don't know. It ran off of my screen. That is insane.
Technical difficulties.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll figure it out. Hold on.
No worries. In the meantime, I'll just talk a little bit about the Find Your Phoenix quiz.
Please.
You can go to my website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com. It's on the homepage, and it's called Find Your Phoenix. And we have 6 different personality types that you can be. You can be a copper, an iron, a silver, a gold, a platinum, or a liquid diamond phoenix. So the quiz is perfectly free of charge. Go check it out. And there's tons of information on it. So you can find out what phoenix type you are. And then you can find out a little bit about how you like to change and transform, or how maybe you don't like to change and transform. Having any luck there with the spin?
It's freezing. I'm going to have to do it without showing it. Oh, there we go. Fixed it.
Awesome.
All right, computers. They get you excited, and then they want to do what they want to do their own thing.
Oh, Dewdropsify, you're gold. That's awesome. A gold phoenix. You're all about heart.
All right, here we go. Number 2 winner. And I swear this isn't rigged. I swear. I did have my name on there 5 times, but I took it off. So Indu gets the date with me, right? That's what she won?
That's the date with you. I'm sure she's thrilled right now. She's
Get out of
jumping
here, Ragu. Here we go. Number 3. And Annie Marie Hotwood.
Annie! Congratulations.
All right.
Super exciting. I love this. So each of you that won today, so excited to have you join the membership for free for a month. You get to check it out. So DM us. Send us a DM with your email address and your name, and we will get that coupon out to you. It's a coupon code that you'll need in order to be able to join. The membership is run through Teachable. When you sign up on Teachable, and this is just for anyone else who may be interested in the membership as well, when you sign on to Teachable, we're having some major email issues, sending emails, receiving emails, and apparently this is kind of across the board. Right now, Google did some grand random thing, and it's kind of messed everybody up who's in business and sends stuff from business emails. So make sure you select, yes, I'd like to receive the Teachable emails. Otherwise, we won't be able to connect to you. So just something that I discovered through trial and error, and it's been rather uncomfortable finding out some of the quirks and some of the ways that this has worked. But anyway, so glad that everyone was here today. I really hope you enjoyed the show. I loved connecting to talk about the Phoenix phases. I've really enjoyed being able to share this beautiful Phoenix rising that I've created. The new baby bird wings wet. So grateful to have birthed it. And I can't wait to offer all of this support to you guys on a consistent basis, because we're in this change, we're in it together, and we're in this change for a long time. We're doing it collectively, and we're also doing it individually. And we really could use a lot of that energy to sort of help us through the path. So sending everyone so much love. I hope you have an amazing week, and I can't wait to see you next time. Take care, and thank you so much, Keone.
Thank you. I appreciate you so well. I'm just saying that because I had to procrastinate till I got to the outro screen. Goodbye.